2Pac went on Yo MTV Rap, specifically with Dr. Dre and Ed Lover, and he called out the Hughes brothers.
I beat up the directors, the Menace to society. Let me tell the whole world.
All right, tell them why you did what you had to do.
These chump, punk, slump, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you'll have a chance to come here and rebuttal.
No, they won't. They better come now. Check this out. They fired me, but did it in a roundabout punk snitch way. So I caught them on the streets and beat they behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a menace to the Hughes brothers. And it ain't over. I still got more than chump because I read what you said about me. Don't jump to the TV. Don't jump to the TV. Kick that to the TV.
Now, many say that is one thing that helped convict 2Pac, was going on TV and saying that. A lot of you may not know who the Hughes brothers are. Most of you, if you know the story, you probably do, but I'm going to tell it to you again. The Hughes brothers were the two gentlemen who directed Menace to Society, a classic hood movie, right? We all know Menace to Society, O-Dog, Kane, Sharif. Classic movie. Classic movie. Well, 2Pac was supposed to be in that movie. That's right. Pac was supposed to play Sharif, Muslim guy. But Pac wasn't feeling that character.
They got a little movie deal and tried to act white on me. You understand me? And thought I was going to choose a career before I choose my principles, my manhood. So I said, okay, cool. Fire me from this $100,000 movie. Because I ain't gonna play no gangbanger who's a Muslim. There ain't no such thing. I refuse to play parts that don't exist. I will be a young nigga, but I will be a real young nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make me different than all these niggas that's taking parts.
According to Pac, he needed backstory. He needed more reason to know why Sharif is a turned around individual and is now Muslim. So him and the Hughes brothers, they bickered almost from day one. And a lot of people said it was an unpleasant, uneasy experience at the reading table when they were all reading the script, you know, for the first time. But that led to a situation, allegedly. Well, I guess not allegedly. Pac went to jail and did his time for it, where he beat up the Hughes brothers. And I say that I'm still trying to figure out how Pac beat up the Hughes brothers. Two people. There's no way. Oh, I think one ran or something like that. I forgot. I think one ran.
As we're filming the video, Alan is down the hill, and I see like 20 or 30 people fighting. And I'm like, who is that fighting? I have no idea that it's 2Pac fight. I don't know nothing. All I know is that it's 30 people fighting. But the brother, Albert, he ran. He didn't want no. As soon as he seen it, he just started jogging. He's like, I don't want none of this energy right now. So he started running toward Franklin and off in LA. I think it was he started running toward the 101 freeway.
One of the Hughes brothers apparently got their butt whooped by Pac at a Spice One video shoot. I had Havoc from South Central Cartel, Havoc the Mouthpiece, on my show, and he was apparently the one, he said it on my program, he was the one who drove 2Pac to the video shoot where the Hughes brothers were, where that alleged situation happened, where 2Pac beat them up or beat him up or beat one of them up or something along those lines.
I took Pac to the Spice One video, Trigger Gas No Heart. He was leaving the studio and Spice had the last verse, so I was going to pick Spice up. And I took him to the video and found out that he didn't know about it and he was looking for the Hughes brothers. And
so you drove Pac to the Spice One where he had the whole Hughes brothers?
We was at Larrabee Studio on
shit.
Santa Monica. We was at Larrabee Studio on Santa Monica. Ice, Pac had just did his verse. Ice-T was actually in the booth when I said I'm finna go get Spice, because 8 was on his way and he was shooting the video of Straight Up Menace the next day, where I went to after one brother was all beat up and all of that, and I asked him, why you leave your brother? Why you run and leave your brother?
You asked
me? Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. If me and my brother was in a fight, right, and a bunch of dudes come around here right now, and then one of us is finna run and go nowhere. We're gonna get back to back and we're gonna take our ass whooping together.
Yeah.
Period. I don't give a period. Period. No disrespect to how that happened, but I'm saying what me and my brother would have done.
Menace to Society. Classic film. Released in 1993. Directed by the Hughes brothers. Some of the worst acting on the planet. But still, a great film, in my opinion. I still watch it to this day if it comes on TV. As a kid, one of my favorite parts of the film is when they introduce Cousin Harold.
Step to the cockpit, man. Graduation night. My homie Doc threw a party. My cousin Harold rode with me. He stayed out in Long Beach, so we didn't hang out that much. Now he was a hustler. Had a Beamer, a crib, and a fat pocket. Whenever we were together and some shit popped off, I never had to worry. He had my back, and I had his. I mean, we was down for each other like that.
Why was this one of my favorite scenes as a kid, you ask? Because Cousin Harold, the character, stayed out in Long Beach, my hometown. I thought that was pretty cool. Keep in mind, I was a kid, right? And keep in mind, back then, hearing Long Beach in a movie was pretty unheard of. Snoop Dogg was out at the time, but he hadn't quite put Long Beach on the map like that yet. Now, we all know what happened to Cousin Harold in the movie Menace to Society. He wanted some of that Jack in the Crack.
So what y'all gonna do? Me and Harold going over to Jack. Oh, y'all niggas going to Jack in the Crack, man?
Yeah, hell yeah.
While they were waiting at a light, the Jack boys got him and Kane. But Cousin Harold didn't. But who is Cousin Harold? The man who played Cousin Harold is a very talented rapper from the Bay Area who goes by Saafir. Saafir had a crew called Hobo Junction. Back in the day, he made some classic underground songs with the likes of Raz Kaz and Exhibit. The three actually had a group together called Golden State Warriors, and rumor had it that before things fell off, they were supposed to be signed to Dr. Dre's Aftermath Records. Saafir has a flow and a style that is out of this world. He was very ahead of his time, in my opinion. But this isn't really about Saafir, the rapper. This is about the character he played in Menace to Society, Cousin Harold.
He stayed out in Long Beach.
He actually did a really good job, in my opinion. Small part, yet memorable character. I actually wish he would have acted more. Doing some research on the movie Menace to Society, I came across a video from Carcino. Subscribe to his channel, Carcino for Life on YouTube. I'll drop the link in the description. He has a lot of good stuff over there. Now I'm going to play a clip from one of his videos titled The Truth About the Beef Between 2Pac and Saafir. As a lot of you may or may not know, 2Pac was originally supposed to be in the movie Menace to Society. Pac was supposed to play Sharif, the dude that turned Muslim. Story goes, Pac wasn't feeling the character. Pac allegedly acted out at a cast reading. He was told he's acting like a bitch by one of the Hughes brothers, which led to Pac and his crew eventually jumping the Hughes brothers at Spice One's Trigger Gots No Heart video shoot. I actually did an interview a few years back with Havoc of South Central Cartel. Havoc is the one who allegedly drove Pac to the set of Trigger Gots No Heart, where the alleged Hughes brothers jumping took place. I'll post a link to that interview in the description as well. Now, before I play this clip from Carcino about the beef between 2Pac and Saafir, I'm going to ask you to hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Now here is Carcino talking about the beef between Saafir and 2Pac Shakur.
Saafir issue with Pac happened because Pac had an issue with Saafir. And this was about the Menace to Society situation. Saafir used to live with Pac. Because Saafir didn't even have a crib no more. He was just living at people's cribs at that time. And Pac had, he was just got his crib, I think. He was with Shock at the time. And he had just had his crib up there. He just put his first album out. And he had him a little spot up in Oakland. So Saafir would be with him. They get in fights, go to parties and stuff. So that was his boy. So when he had a chance for the movie, with the Hughes brothers said they was doing Menace to Society. It was coming up, the documentary, and they wanted 2Pac to be in it. And when 2Pac read the role, and he was like, oh man, like I'm with this. So all of a sudden, he worked that out where Saafir could be in the movie. Then when he get into the situation with the Hughes brothers and get into a fight with them, and then they fired him off the set and left.
Menace to Society takes place in Watts, California, in the infamous Jordan Downs projects. Watts is one place that if you're not from there, don't go there. Especially back in the 80s and 90s. It was a rough place. The Jordan Downs projects have since been tore down. And that's happening all over LA. Some call it gentrification, call it what you want, but those projects cease to exist. But let's talk about Menace to Society. We had O-Dog and Kane who opened the movie. They walk in the liquor store and they are immediately looked at by the owners who happen to be Asian. That's where the infamous hurry up and buy line comes from.
Hurry up and buy! Hurry up and buy! Hurry up and buy!
Now, this is something that, unfortunately, a lot of people of color have had to deal with in the past. We walk into a store and automatically all eyes on us. I mean, it happens to this day. I'm damn near 50 years old and like I still feel it when I walk into certain stores. It got really, really bad at times. Latasha Harlins, who I will be talking about next week when I cover the Los Angeles riots. She was in a liquor store and her life was taken from her over a bottle of orange juice. The lady who took her life got a slap on the wrist and she continued to live her life while this young little girl lost hers.
This grainy security camera videotape graphically depicts the last few moments of 15-year-old Latasha Harlins' life.
Store owner Soonja Du thought 15-year-old Latasha Harlins was going to steal some orange juice.
She had the money in her hand. You could see the money in the videotape. And the suspect grabbed the backpack and there became a physical altercation over the backpack. And as our victim turned to walk away from the scene, the suspect raised a weapon and shot the victim in the back of the head.
Latasha was an A student, honor roll student. She got money every week for her allowance, so she did not have to steal orange juice.
The store clerk, a Korean woman, is now in jail. The black community is outraged over the killing. The NAACP is demanding the clerk be tried for murder.
But this isn't about Latasha Harlins. This is about that scene in Menace to Society when they walk in and the owners automatically, you know, hurry up, buy, what do you want? Hurry up, get what you need to go, get out of here. And O-Dog and Kane, and this I don't know if this scene was scripted because, once again, going back to the bad acting thing, like, it was a lot of bad acting in this. I'm sorry, Kane. O-Dog, I feel is a good actor. I feel like O-Dog is a really good actor. Kane, on the other hand, Tyron Turner, I never believed him throughout the movie.
What's that, sir?
But we will continue. So they're in the liquor store, getting their 40 ounce, talking about a party that they're going to be going to. They get agitated by the owners of the store. Argument ensues. Boom. They take the lives of both of them. Now, there is a videotape that they need, right? There's a videotape in the back. Because back in the day, they actually had videotape. They didn't have this 24/7 surveillance that just keeps recording. So they go get the tape, and now they have the infamous tape of them taking the lives of 2 Asian store owners. Now that tape follows us all throughout the movie. And that in itself is something that is noticeable even today. The self-snitching aspect of it, the braggadocio, the bragging of doing street stuff and then telling your friends and telling that friend and telling that friend. The next thing you know, you got punk ass Chauncey. Oh, y'all remember Chauncey from the movie? Who ended up dropping a dime.
I don't get out of bed for 2:30. Don't come through this motherfucker so early next time.
But anyway, nowadays there's a lot. They do that in the music. Nowadays, what O-Dog was doing back in this movie in 1993, they are doing now in 2024, 2025. Telling everything in songs. Yeah, I busted on homeboy on 7th Street, 7:13 p.m. I was wearing the green shirt. That shit hurt. Shit, now he's in the dirt. I'm repping for my turf, bumping Lil Durk. And then I went over to 3rd, took that dude's life too, drove home in my Cadillac that's blue. Like, these guys literally are doing the exact same thing O-Dog was doing in this movie. It's just different. There was no internet back then. It was a videotape, and you were a hood legend if you did things like this, apparently. Then we get into a scene where they go back in time and they talk about Kane's father, who was a dope dealer. They were sitting in the living room bumping some old school music. Argument ensues about someone owing someone money. And then boom, boom, boom. And then in the background, you see baby Kane peek his head out. And that was the first time he ever saw someone get their life taken from them. And it just so happened to be from his father.
You owe me some money, motherfucker! Hell no, but here you go.
Then we get to a scene where Kane is sitting in class, right? And they have the Ghetto Bird from Ice Cube playing in the background. Boom, 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 boom. I'm telling you guys, I know this movie like the back of my hand. But Kane sitting in school, hates school, obviously, but he graduates. And sadly, he is one of the first to graduate in his family, if I do remember that. I just remember his grandparents being very, very happy. See, Kane lived with his grandparents. And this is something that is prevalent in the hood. This is something that goes on in the hood to this day. Grandmama is taking care of the kids. It's usually just grandma, because grandpa's long gone, probably due to health issues or to the fact that he just didn't want to stick around for whatever reason. But it's usually grandmama taking care of a lot of kids in the hood. Grandmama. This movie drops a lot of jewels that when I was watching it at 14, 15, I didn't get it. I didn't understand. But as I got older, I understood that, damn, man, it's grandmamas who are raising these kids. And grandmama is 70, 80 years old. She can't take care of a 20-year-old properly. So what is a 20-year-old out there doing? He's out there committing crime. He's out there doing dirt, all behind grandmama's back. And in this case, grandpapa also, because grandpapa was there as well. But that's a real big deal. We really need to think about that when we're dropping our seed into women. Women, we need to think about that. When you're spreading your legs for dudes to pump their seed into. Are you going to be there to take care of this kid? Or is grandmama going to be taking care of this kid? Now, let's see. There's a party scene. Unfortunately, Cousin Harold gets murked when his homies are putting gas in the car and they want to go to Jack in the Box. Jack in the Crack, man. Oh, I remember those late night Jack in the Box runs, boy. Those late night Jack in the Box runs were fun. Little 99-cent tacos. 2 of them. Then you maybe get like a chicken sandwich for 99 cents, some fries for $1, and now you have a full meal for $3. It's 3 in the morning, and it's probably the most unhealthiest stuff you could be eating. But hey, you had your meal. But Jack in the Crack, man, Cousin Harold, who was played by Saafir, actually, very good rapper named Saafir. He did a lot of music with Razkaz. He did a lot of music with Ahmad. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. That's Ahmad. He did music with Exhibit. They had a group called the Golden State Warriors, actually. Yeah, unfortunately, Saafir, his rap career didn't get as big as I was hoping it was because he was different and he was good. But here he is in this movie playing the memorable role, small role, of Cousin Harold. But as we all know, Cousin Harold gets carjacked. Kane, O-Dog, Sharif, and AWACS are pumping gas. AWACS. I'm surprised that MC8 didn't go on to do more movies. I felt MC8 was one of the better actors in this movie, which is ironic because he is a rapper. All the actors, the seasoned actors in here, I think a lot of them did horrible. Even Rock, the guy who played the teacher, but he was from Rock, the TV show. You guys remember Rock, ROC, the TV shows on Channel 11 back in the day? Charles Dutton, is that his name? Charles S. Dutton, yeah. Even he didn't do a good job. I was surprised, and that's a seasoned veteran actor. This is just my opinion. I just think there was some bad acting in that movie.
So what are you going to do, KD? You going to mess around out there in the streets till you get killed?
And that's going to be a current theme throughout this show. So if you don't agree with me and you're getting butthurt, whatever. There was some bad acting, but AWACS, also known as MC8, one of my favorite rappers at that time, did a legit job. He just seemed really authentic. And from all accounts, in the real world, he was a pretty authentic dude. He was one of those gangster rappers that was about it.
The wax in the house. And the hood rats in the house.
But I think AWACS was one of the better characters. Sharif, I didn't really care for Sharif's character too much, and I kind of get why 2Pac was really not feeling that character. See, a lot of you guys may have heard me talk about the 2Pac versus Hughes brothers situation in the past, where 2Pac, some of his goons, whooped up on the Hughes brothers. Well, it all started because of Menace to Society. It all started because Pac wanted a little bit more substance behind his character. Pac was supposed to originally play Sharif, which ended up going to Oh Boy. And Pac was just, Pac wanted to know why he's Muslim now, you know, why his character is... You know, what was his character's backstory? And apparently from the beginning, Pac was just raising hell at table readings and just not being a good team player. That all led to the infamous beatdown. The infamous beatdown at the Spice One Triggers Got No Heart video shoot. I interviewed Havoc from South Central Cartel, Havoc the mouthpiece, and he was the one that allegedly drove 2Pac to the Spice One video shoot to where the Hughes brothers were. 2Pac even went on Yo MTV Raps with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre and just called out the Hughes brothers, talking about he's gonna whoop them up, beat them, boom, boom, I'm gonna whoop y'all ass. And you know, Ed Lover and Dr. Dre like, yo, Pac, be quiet, bro. You're in court right now for other stuff. You can't be doing this. But Pac didn't care. Pac was a wild boy.
I beat up the directors, the Menace to Society. Let me tell the whole world.
All right, tell me how you did what you had to do.
These chump, punk, slump, you know what I'm saying?
You'll have have a chance to come here and rebuttal.
No, they won't. They better come now. Check this out. They fired me, but did it in a roundabout punk snitch way. So I caught them on the streets and beat they behind. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently, they were even in court one day, and they were in the elevator. Pac and the Hughes brothers just so happened to be on the elevator, and Pac was still letting them have it. Still letting them have it in the court elevator.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
You know you done fucked up, don't you?
You know you done messed up, right? You know you done messed up. That's one of my favorite lines of the movie by Bill Duke, a legend. So Kane and O-Dog, they decide to steal a car, try to steal a car, and they get arrested, and the fingerprints match those taken from a beer bottle that was dropped in the liquor store on the night that the Asian couple had their lives taken from them.
I thought. No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now. You know that, don't you?
So now, Kane's in some serious trouble getting interrogated by that detective who starts to confuse him a little bit, trying to confuse him. And this is, once again, people, why you always have a lawyer present. Like, this is another message. Like, Menace to Society is dropping some messages in this movie. They are straight dropping some gems in this movie that a lot of people overlook. But when you're arrested, when you're sitting in that interrogation room, shut up, be quiet, and ask to see your lawyer. That's it. There are no other options. Stop talking. Stop talking in the back of the police car. Stop talking when they take you to the station. Stop talking when they put you in the interrogation room. Do not talk to law enforcement, young black people, because this is how they get a lot of y'all dumbasses. You just start talking. Young black people, stop talking when the police pull you over or they arrest you. That's what lawyers, that's what attorneys are for. So that was a whole other message. A whole other message. Let's see. There's another person in here. Stacy. Stacy was the guy who was going to go away to play football, right? I think Stacy was going to go down south or something. Kansas. He was going to go to Kansas to play football. There was a Stacy in every hood, right? The guy who had one foot in the streets but one foot on the football field. One of the more infamous scenes in the movie involves a car that I wanted as a kid, a car that many young people wanted as a kid. That Ford Mustang that Kane was driving, the one that he got from the chop shop. Yo, that green one? Are you kidding me? When they were bumping Computer Love? Sheesh. Back then, that Mustang was everything. So we all know the scene where Kane robs homeboy in the burger joint, right? He said, order me a double cheeseburger, and homeboy said, can I get a cheeseburger? He said, man, I said double cheeseburger, fool.
Hey, yo, make that double burger with cheese.
One of the burger scenes, I don't know if it was this one or the one where AWACS, Kane, and O-Dog got revenge for Cousin Harold's death. But one of those scenes was filmed at Chubby Burgers in Long Beach, which was our local burger stand right on the corner of 21st and Elm. Right on the corner. I mean, not Long Beach Boulevard. I'm sorry. So it's Long Beach Boulevard and 21st Street. Chubby Burgers. Anybody living in Long Beach, especially the east side of Long Beach, at that time, late 80s, early 90s, remembers Chubby Burgers. But he said, man, got him his double cheeseburger, got those rims that he wanted, because you can't be sitting on no BS. Can't be sitting on no BS, son. So now he got the rims for his bomb-ass Ford Mustang. Y'all remember those Ford Mustangs, right? What were some other cars that we wanted back then? I know I wanted that Suzuki Samurai. At one point, I definitely wanted the Suzuki Samurai. I can't even lie. So then Kane meets up with this chick. I think her name is Eileen. What was her name? Eileen, right? Yeah, Ilena, they bang, you know. One night, him and Sharif are driving, and they're pulled over by the police, thrown on the hood, just like they were back in the good old day. You remember those days, man, when there was no cameras or nothing. And I say good old days, obviously joking. It was horrible. But they get thrown on the hood of the car. They get thrown in the back seat of the car, of the police car. They get whooped. Whizzes-a-zupped, Rodney King style. They get a Rodney King style butt whooping. Then the cops drop them off in a rival neighborhood. They drop them off in an alley in a hood that is accompanied by some cholos. Now, the cholos are working on a car. See the cops throw these guys out. They walk up to them. And by all accounts, what we think as the viewer, we think that the cholos are going to whoop on the brothers. Oh, now they're going to get a second whooping because, see, that's what cops would do. They would drop you off in rival neighborhoods. You know, maybe if you're a Crip, they drop you off in a Blood neighborhood. If you're a SA, they drop you off in a Crip neighborhood. You know, they would drop you off in different neighborhoods, hoping that local gang would whiz up your butt again after they already did. So as we think, oh man, these cholos about to whoop on these brothers, man. No. Apparently, the SAs helped them out and took them to the hospital.
The SAs was cool though. They took us to the hospital.
One of the people in this movie that ended up being a punk that I didn't like was punk ass Chauncey. Chauncey was played by Clifton Powell, and I don't know why I always used to get Clifton Powell and Charlie Murphy mixed up. I don't know what it is, but like for years I'd be like, is that Charlie Murphy? Or when I saw Charlie Murphy on the Chappelle show, I'm like, wait, is that punk ass Chauncey? Then I was like, no, wait, hold on, no, nope, wrong person. Same, look, they kind of look alike, but it's not really them. But punk ass Chauncey played a good role. Now, for the role of him being a piece of S, who ended up, you know, turning his back on his boys and trying to bang Kane's chick at that party, like Chauncey played a good character. Clifton Powell played a good character. Chauncey was a piece of shit. But Kane had to whoop on him, man. Kane whooped on him at that party because he was, you know, all up on Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith. Let's talk about her for a minute. This was probably the only time in my life, for whatever reason, whatever it is, that I found Jada Pinkett Smith attractive. In this movie, she was beautiful. Her eyes, those braids that she would rock, and I used to miss those 90s braids, man. I used to love those 90s braids. I used to love when girls would rock those specific type of braids. I forgot what those braids are called, but I used to love when chicks would rock those braids. But Jada Pinkett Smith with those beautiful eyes, man, she was the one in this movie. I wanted Jada so bad back then. As the years went on, not so much. I don't know, just everything about her. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just got too tied up in her personal life to where she's just not attractive to me at all. But yeah, I wanted Jada Pinkett Smith. I wanted to bang Jada. As a 15-year-old, I would have gladly banged Jada Pinkett Smith back in 1993.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
So Kane gets Ilena pregnant, allegedly gives him that infamous call. You know, it's your baby. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do about it? And then boom, hangs up. And then that leads to Ilena's cousin coming to look for Kane. Ilena's cousin, here we going back to the bad acting. Bad actor, bro. And he was in a few movies at that time. He was in a couple other hood movies at that time. I can't remember off the top of my head which ones he was in, but he played the same exact character. And when he's running out of the house to go look for Kane and Abel after they stomped on him, he got his boys in the car, right, with their Uzis and techs and all that, Mac 10s, whatever. When he's looking across, he's looking from side to side. That is the worst acting ever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When he's running out of his house, he got his pistol, and Eileen is like, don't do this, don't do this. And he runs out. He's looking to his right, looking to his left, because, you know, who knows? Kane may be pulling up. I don't know. Ice cream truck. What is he looking for? Ice cream truck? Horrible acting. But they hop in the car, and they head over to where they do believe Kane and O-Dog are at. Kane decided he's going to be leaving the hood, man. I'm out. I'm leaving the hood, bro. I'm gone. This ain't for me. So they're moving. They're moving out. O-Dog's trying to talk him out of it, man. You crazy, man. Moving for some girl, man. You crazy, man. You know, Kane's doing what he thinks is his best choice. And there's another message in the movie. Don't be afraid to leave the hood. Don't be afraid to venture out. The world is so big. This country is so big. Go live in another state for a little while. Try something different, man. It's sad that there are a lot of people in the hood right now, living in the hood right now. The beach is 15 miles from them. The beach is a 25-minute drive. And you know there are people in the hood right now who have never set their feet in the water. I hear that all the time. That amazes me. That there are people in the hood in LA, right here. LA, we have beaches all over here. There's a beach 15 miles from it, and they haven't set their feet in the water ever. That's amazing to me. But that's another message right there, man. Don't be afraid to be like Kane and venture out. Go see the world. I'm talking to all of y'all right now. Venture out. Date outside of your race. Try different foods. The world is big. The world is beautiful. But unfortunately, Kane didn't get to leave for Atlanta with Jada Pinkett Smith because she found Will Smith and they lived happily ever after. Just kidding. No, Kane caught some bullets, man. Eileen's cousin and his homeboys, they drive by Jada Pinkett Smith. Ronnie, that was her name. That was a weird name for a chick. Ronnie, they drive by Ronnie's house and get to dumping. Now, Kane, who is thinking of the kid, he tries to run over to the little kid, to Ronnie's baby boy, jump on top of him so none of the bullets hit him. But in the mix of doing that, Kane is riddled with bullets. Sharif, the man who changed his life, found Allah, riddled with bullets. His life is done on the spot. O-Dog does the famous sideways shooting, and that O-Dog taught a lot of dumb niggas in the hood how to shoot. And I say dumb niggas respectfully, but that's not how you shoot a gun. You should never shoot a gun like that, but it looked cool, right? He's shooting it sideways. That shit's cool, man. No, that's how you shoot the person across the street who's walking by mistake. But, you know, Kane's life flashes before his eyes, and it flashes back to a moment that I forgot to cover earlier. Going back to the grandma and grandpa thing. Grandpa one time earlier in the movie yelled out to Kane, "Do you care whether you live or die?" And Kane said, "I don't know." So deep. That was a deep line. And I know I'm rewinding. I'm going back to the beginning of the movie, but that was such a deep line. So many people in the hood don't know if they want to live or die. This is the life they live, and this is all they know, and they don't know. But as Kane is laying on the ground with bullets in his body, flashbacks coming into his memory, he realized at that dying moment that he does care whether he lives or dies. But now, unfortunately, it's too late. Sad ending. Great movie. I'll watch it to this day. Like, if it came on TV, I'm watching it. I've probably seen the movie, I'm not even exaggerating, over 100 times. It's a classic. The budget was like $3.5 million, ended up making $30 million at the box office, and that was just back then. I'm sure it's well over $100 million now. Like, for such a small budget, this movie definitely came out on top. If you've never seen Menace to Society, I highly recommend you watch it. It's a good hood movie. And you don't have to watch it if, just because, even if you didn't grow up in the hood, it's something that is a good movie. Not to mention the soundtrack. The soundtrack, come on, dude. Wake your punk ass up for the 93 shot. MC8's in the motherfucking house. Yeah. And it ain't nothing but a Compton thing, y'all. And we ain't nothing but niggas on the run. And this goes out to my Wuggins. Yeah. A messed up childhood is why the way I am got me in the state where I don't give a damn. Somebody help me, but nah, they don't hear me though. I guess I'll be another victim of the ghetto. But this had Spice One on it. Had Ant Banks, Too Short, Lynch Mob. That Spice One, Trigger's Got No Heart, was hard. Trigger's Got No Heart. You know what? They even have UGK on here. They play Pocket Full of Stones. Pete Rock and CL Smooth was on the soundtrack. DJ Quick was on the soundtrack. High Five, Brand Nubian. It's a classic soundtrack. If you're a fan of 90s music, not just hip hop, not just rap, but R&B as well, I would definitely suggest checking out the Menace to Society soundtrack. So what do you think? What do you rate Menace to Society on a scale of, let's go 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst? I'm going to give this movie a solid 5. I know I talk trash about the acting, but the messages make up for the bad acting. And the amount of good actors that this movie does have, the AWACSs of the world. Bill Duke, you done messed up, right? The O-Dog did great. I think the good acting outweighed the bad acting, if that makes sense. But the bad acting is very noticeable in this movie. Let's keep it real. But definitely one of my favorite movies, and I will be talking about other movies in the near future that we grew up on. This is just one. But let me know what you think. Comment down below. 1 to 5. What do you rate Menace to Society?